to ESL One Hamburg, our second MVP of the year, and this is our first opportunity to take the product to the consumer. We've really scaled up the MVP this time in Hamburg. Our application has gone live to public for the first time in its second iteration. We've got the dashboard for the talent and the backstage production team, which is really giving them a lot more insights. We've also got the first demonstration of using a virtual studio with Doc 10, and of course we've got that all-important virtual reality experience which we have on demo on our booth.
So one of the challenges that we as content producers are facing is to make whatever happens on the display accessible to the audience. Dota is a highly complex game with multiple of heroes, different items, different combinations, so a lot of data gets generated. And with the backup of the data that's provided by Weaver, does not only help people who are new into the game to understand the basics, but only help the experts to dive deeper into the content and to the materia of Dota 2.
We're soft launching the VR app and the mobile app today, really trying to make it so it's public ready, and it's just been launched into open beta. So in version 1 we had 3 different screens which players had to swipe between to get to the information. What we've done now is made it is one central location where they can get everything they want at the fingertips straight away. What the user can do in the VR application, not only have they got a personalised private experience where they can kind of drill into the map data, they've also got an area where they can go and experience the actual live stadium at the same time.
At this event, we've deployed 3 different VR cameras, 2 8K cameras, and a stereoscopic camera behind the players, which gives a really intimate viewpoint on stage. Our focus group back in the UK are watching the event live. We're capturing metrics in real time so we can analyse the way that they're watching and experience the event. And when we get back to the UK, we'll be following up directly with them to get some more qualitative feedback from their experiences.
So the challenge with video is obviously the high volume of data rates. We're going to high resolution data, stereoscopic surround vision. All of those create huge data volumes that we've got to distribute out to possibly hundreds of thousands of users. We've been evaluating different CDNs from many of the cloud providers like Amazon and Google, and currently we've gone with Google. So we don't have to worry about data streaming to local servers. It takes the load off our back-end clients.
What we were doing in terms of live feed was brilliant because you can see who's got the advantage, who's deploying the tactics, what strategies are going on, and before you know it, you're kind of hooked into the game and it gets you far closer to the actual action.
The Weaver app really gives you the context that you need to understand where you are in a Dota game, how it's going to play out from here on out. It gives you that extra bit of knowledge.
I really like the way that the app actually kind of translates the amount of data that is in Dota and kind of condensing it down and visualizing it in an easy to view way.
You've got basically a framework for how the game can look, and now you're looking at what's the next predictive part of this. Where is the game going to go in the next 20 minutes? You've got win probabilities, all of these unique things that take it to the next level.
We're now starting to really see that overall vision, the seamless experience that is across the app, across the professional tools for the caster, across the virtual studio, all infused with exciting data, creating an all-encompassing experience for the viewers.
The ambition for the virtual studio element is to be able to give a much more concise, informed narrative behind the game that's just been played. We're taking the same data that's been driven into the mobile app and the VR experience, but give that to our presenting talent, our on-screen talent that fully understand the game from a really high level. The next stage of the virtual studio development is really exciting. 2 key areas. The first being to look at the studio design itself. We think that we can expand on the scale of it from our first proof of concept, but also we really want to flesh out some of those presenter tool sets a lot further.
So the 2 next big things for Weaver are hyper-personalization, tailoring the content even more, taking maybe people's own data and opening our experiences up to also be tools for creation of content, to really give people the tools to author content and to be successful creators themselves.
It's been an incredible journey so far. We've had a huge amount of response from industry, broadcast, press, and obviously the all-important stakeholders, that's the community from Dota 2 themselves.
Today we are not in our virtual studio as usual. We're actually in an entirely different space. We've left the planet. We are in, well, Space, as you can see, and I'm joined by one Alex from Co-op Innovations. So Space Team is a how many players is Space Team?
Up to 6 players. Up to 6 players.
6 players. There you go. Yeah. Multi-platform VR game coming to Quest and PC VR tomorrow, May 21st.
We're all really big fans of the original game made by Henry, who's a Sleeping Beast Games out in Montreal, I believe. And we licensed the game from him a couple of years back and then developed it into the VR version. We love, our company's called Cooperative Innovations. We love making cool cooperative things when in VR and AR, and so we thought bringing Space Team to this platform would be the perfect match. And all the animations for the characters you see, we have our in-house technology called Ichabod, and we use that, and it's a inverse kinematics engine that obviously takes the head position from your headset and your hands, and then animates the character and avatar, so you can move around. I can squat, I can grab things, and do whatever. And it approximates and animates it, so it looks legitimate, and obviously with the mouth sync you've got as well, so when I'm talking from my microphone, you hear me and see my mouth moving in the game. So yeah, we've got a lot of in-house technology that we combined with the property of Space Team to make it seem as naturalistic and as fun as possible.